So we have a couple damage mechs. There's not a whole lot I can do about that unless I just go with entirely lighter mechs, which I don't know if I like the idea of. Okay, this is what we're going to go with. May the assassin be loaded out properly in a way that I can use it. We definitely dropped tonnage, but not a whole lot I can do about that. Okay, let's go ahead and ready up. Okay. So if I'm lucky, the two SRMs are in the same weapon group. They aren't. God damn it. I have to figure out. Well, I'll let her talk.
Locate the settlement and secure it against any hostile forces in the area.
Alright. Now that she's done talking. I need to figure out how to change weapon groups. I don't know what the controls are for that. I'm fairly certain you can do so. Okay. Weapon group highlight up, right, left. This part I already know. Toggle weapon group, right control. Okay. So that's what we're going to want to use. Okay. So I need to go over this one and down, and I need to right control. Ah, oh, I see. Like that, then backspace to get it to change fire. I like that much better. Okay. I'm not sure if it's going to save that or not.
Looks like we
Oh, it's weird piloting a much faster mech.
Mercenary Lance, welcome to Delta Checkpoint. We appreciate your help.
Hostile forces just crossed the perimeter, Commander. They're heading your way.
This torso twist is also really a lot. Okay, hold on.
Target acquired.
Let's get in close. Oh, bad shots there.
My scope is lighting up with more targets converging on your position, Commander.
Hey.
Stay frosty.
Yeah, I like the assassin. It's pretty good, especially if you're using the movement. And I just walked over that. Whoops. Actually, I do want that target. Hey, where'd you get to? What? Oh, I'm just whipping these shots hardcore. There we go.
Remote communications are down.
Okay, I'm gonna let them take care of that. I'm gonna go get the helicopters.
Reactor failure detected. Look out.
Go, 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 go. I think I have pretty high quality medium lasers in here. Oh, but I'm still nowhere near in the range. Trying to lead it. Oh, you banked. Got it. Alright. Any other enemies? Not that I see.
More enemies inbound.
Ah, here they go.
They really are gunning for you, Commander. Watch out.
Enemy eliminated.
Alright, I'm gonna go get the vehicles first. Not really worry about these spiders right now. Did my ally just hit me with that PPC?
New target acquired.
Got his arm, so he doesn't have that flamer anymore. But his legs are jacked.
Enemy mech eliminated.
Heat critical.
Ah!
We lost our wideband radio tower.
The heat is not good right now. That guy's dead.
You must have really kicked over the beehive here, Commander. More hostiles inbound.
Alright. Oh, it's pretty obvious where they are. Oh shit, that is a hunchback. That is not good. That is not good. Run! Let's get in behind it. Stay in behind it. I'm ignoring the urban mech. Oof. No! Ah! Ah! No, that's bad. Ow! Yeesh. Let's get back in here.
Got another one.
Target acquired.
Alright, let's stay on their arm. Okay. Back after the hunchback. Now that he only has a small laser.
Target acquired.
My kill.
Don't hit me with that autocannon. Ah! Okay, got him.
Mech tango eliminated.
Oh. This is stressy. What's my ammo at? 8. Oh, okay, I have 2 shots. So these better count. Contact over here. Got him. So 1 shot left on the...
Congratulations, Commander.
Oof.
These people owe their lives to you.
Oh, I saw my life flash before my eyes when that autocannon hit me at point blank range. Don't look at the mech. It doesn't look pretty. Alright. So... couple spiders. Well, we have up to 9 shares. Let's go ahead and do the value here. This one's worth slightly more, so we'll go ahead and take that. Outside of that, guess we'll just take the things that are worth money. Okay. So, I'm assuming we're not going to have to pay for the damage, like that we're getting money for that damage. I was only able to kill 1 enemy mech. But I did a lot of damage. I mean, this assassin is actually really amazing. I might actually mainline this one. The only problem is just the ammunition. I might have to do something about that. That's a lot of damage, considering how much damage we took. That's a lot of damage. All right, I like it. Okay. So where are we at the moment? So we're above 5 million. That looks really good. The Spider 5K, I'm probably just going to sell because all that's left of it is an arm and a head. So that's going to probably cost way too much money to repair. Probably not worth the effort. So we'll just sell that. The Firestarter is obviously has a lot of things damaged on it, but I think we can do things with this. The Firestarter is a fairly solid mech, and it has up to 6 energy weapon slots and 2 ballistic slots. Ballistic slots are mostly used for machine guns on a mech like this, but 6 energy weapon slots on a mech of this tonnage, it's actually really amazing, and there's a lot you can do with that. So, as a result, I think we stick with the Firestarter, but we sell the Spider. I'm just going to go ahead and do that right now. So the Spider is going to get sold for a little over $1 million. And then we're going to work towards getting the Firestarter up and running. To do that effectively, though, I'm going to want to go to one of the industrial planets. Probably a good idea because at this point we have a lot of damage on a lot of mechs. But that worked really well. I liked that mission. It was fun. Scary! But fun. Okay, let's see where we're going to end up. I kind of want to go to where Kestrel is, but that's probably going to be a long jump. 27 days. We've already been to Evansville, so I'm not sure I'm so keen on that. We could go to Imbriel here. Where I'd go after that, I don't know. I guess I could just go right back to Ramona, because there is still a contract there. And then we could go and do other contracts as well. But we are working towards the right direction. We've got over 6 million, so we could easily afford a medium mech. So if we don't find one in Imbriel, I say we go to Kestrel and we see what's there. Because we know there's a rare mech there. We don't know what it is. We also have a hero mech here, so go to Kestrel after we go to this location if it doesn't work out. And then maybe we go up to Bogard, and then maybe we could come in here and start doing contracts. But I think this is where we want to end up. I'm not going to do any work until we're here. So let's go ahead and travel. Anyway, we get headed towards where our quest is. I've had tea ready to go all this time and I kind of forgot about it. Let me go ahead and pour myself some while we travel. All right. So let's see what's in the market. That's the main reason why we're here. Okay, so we have ourselves a Firestarter. Which variant do we have? We have the same variant. Okay. I think this is the standard variant. It's in better condition, but I think in the end we would waste money. Ooh, a Phoenix Hawk, a Griffin 1N. I wouldn't be very keen on getting a Griffin 1N, as it's not really a particularly good mech. There's not a lot of things we could do with it because it just has one energy weapon slot and one ballistic slot. Not ballistic, missile slot. Shadowhawk 2D we could probably do more with because it has more slots. It's got 3 missile slots, 2 energy weapon slots, and a ballistic slot. That's a lot of things that you can work with. So that would probably be the best pickup here. It's pretty beat up, but we could stitch it back together. The Phoenix Hawk wouldn't be a bad pickup either. That's a nice solid 45-ton mech. It's a little harder to work on this one to make it better because, again, we only have 3 energy weapon slots and 2 ballistic slots to work with. But the 2D, the Shadowhawk 2D is a fairly solid mech. I think the default is not good, but we could very easily improve this, I think. Okay, so that's a possible plan there. We could pick up the Shadowhawk. Maybe the Phoenix Hawk too. But the Shadowhawk, I think, is a definitive yes on that one. So now that we've decided that's something we may want to do, the other question that we have is, as far as equipment, what might we want to pick up? So level 2 AC5 with burst fire, if we do use that with the Shadowhawk, it wouldn't be a bad idea. I could also downgrade the Shadowhawk to use an autocannon 2 or something like that. I mean, honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do with the Shuttlehawk just yet, because there's a lot of things we could do. Getting good SRMs would probably be a good idea. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to pick up 2 of these things. Okay, 2 SRM-6s. We might end up using that in the Shadowhawk. We might want to use SRM-4s too, and we don't really have any, so I don't mind buying a few of those as well. Okay, now if I do end up picking up the Shadowhawk and we are thinking about taking the Phoenix Hawk 2, we wouldn't be able to afford both unless we sold a lot of things. We might be able to do that without too much problem. As a matter of fact, we do have some weapons we can sell. Like this LRM-10, we could sell that. I don't have any replacement small lasers, but I'm really tempted to sell that one. We already have good SRM-4s, so I'm going to go ahead and sell that. I'm going to sell these low-quality SRM-6s as well. Okay, well, that's a start. We're going to have to sell more than that. Probably we're going to end up having to sell a mech somewhere. Probably easy ones to sell would be something like the Cicada, maybe the Locust. Those would be easy sells, and from there we could get over 2.5 million. Our money would be tight if we bought that second mech, but it might be worth it. Alright, well, I think without a shadow of a doubt, we buy the Shadowhawk. Alright, let's see what we can do with this sucker. So, I'm gonna go back over to the battle mechs. Okay. I don't think we have any mods to do, and I don't think anybody took enough damage that we really have to worry about replacing anything. So this is just gonna be pretty much across the board, just repair everything. Oh man, that looks nasty, but it came out okay. The armor, it did its job. The repair. It's a good idea we do these repairs too to make sure that we have the money to do so. We could also sell the Firestarter if it ends up being more trouble than it's worth, but I honestly think it's a good idea to hold on to it. I think I'd rather hold on to the Firestarter than hold on to the Cicada, because it's not a whole lot of room you can do with the Cicada. Yes, the Cicada is faster, but the Firestarter just has so many more advantages. Okay, let's start working on this mech. The first things first, we're going to go ahead and repair all. We're going to have to remove this medium laser, but that's okay. Let's see. As I said, I could replace the Autocannon 5 with that level 2 burst fire Autocannon 5 as a possibility. Right now, what we're going to do is I'm just going to play with this design and figure out what it is I would do. Now, definitely what I'm going to do is I have to... Okay, so I don't think we're going to be able to do the SRM-6s because these slots are not big enough. But the SRM-4s would work, and we do have enough of them. Let's just go ahead and filter by missile. So we have 3 of them, which is perfect, because that lines up with how many SRM-2s we have. We could also sell this SRM-2. So let's say we would strip all 3 of those, these 3 things. You don't want to have 2 ammo types. That's usually very inefficient. We have 2 things of ammo. That will probably get us far. And now the missile slot. So my plan is 3 SRM-4s here. That may not fit, but one thing I am going to do is I'm going to strip out the jump jets. Give us a little bit of tonnage to work with. Okay. So SRM-4, SRM-4, SRM-4. We have 2 tons of SRM ammo, which gives us a total of 640 rounds. Now, with the Assassin, we were running out of ammo, but that was because we had 2 SRM-4s and only 320. We have another SRM-4, but now we have double the ammo, so I don't think it's going to be a super concern. We have definitely increased the firepower here by a significant margin. I'm not really sure there's many other changes I really need to make here. We could swap out the more effective medium laser here. So that would increase our damage still more. It would also make our heat efficiency better. And then at this point, we have to make our decision. Do we keep the autocannon 5 as is? Do we try and get that level 2 autocannon with burst fire? Whereas this one is not burst fire. That might not be necessary. And then we have a ton and a half to play with at this point because I removed the jump jets, which is really honestly not enough for this variant. What I might do is just strip out the AC5 altogether. That's 8 tons we get back. This is where I would really think about doing an AC2 or something like that. Because you'd save, what, 2 tons probably? No, not probably, you would. Which would give us 3.5 tons more armor. That still probably isn't enough, because the problem with the Shadowhawk 2D is it is definitely down on armor to give it as much firepower as it has, which is a real problem. Yeah, essentially. We do have to do that. We have to turn it into a 2H instead of a 2D. What I could do, I could downgrade the SRM4 to give us more tonnage. Let's see what we've got. Now, does this game work the way that the tabletop game works insofar as the SRM2? Yeah, the SRM4 is... it's about the same, honestly. So there's not really an efficiency bonus like the tabletop game. Yeah. By the way, I'm looking at damage. I should be looking at... Okay, so you do get efficiency by having the heavier weapon. Because it's not doubled as much. Okay. Good. Looking at the wrong numbers. I don't know why I was looking at damage when I'm trying to look at heat. So I could strip out one of the SRM4s, which would give me 2 tons. I don't know if that's enough armor, though. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and up armor the thing. I will think about it. But I think the correct answer is maybe we strip out the AC5. I don't know if we have enough firepower at that point. I mean, it would be better than the Assassin, and the Assassin's not bad. It'd be at, like, what, 31 damage? Let's go 14 here. We definitely need more armor than this. Yeah, I really cannot justify having this little armor. Yeah, so we're out there. So I have to... Something has to go. Either we downgrade the missiles, or we just strip out the autocannon. I would like to have the autocannon, but I just don't know if it's in the cards. And I don't know if 2 tons is going to be enough. Like if we were to strip this out and replace it with an AC2, I don't know if that's enough of a difference. Because then we only have 2 more tons of armor, and this thing is well behind the curve. Still. 2 tons might be enough, but... Alright, well, we're not at a point to really make a decision yet. Let me... Granted, if I strip out an SRM4, that's only 2 tons as well. So, you know... Whereas, if I strip this out, it's way too much. Like, I don't think I could even fit 9 tons of armor. There is another energy weapon slot, though, that I have not filled. Alright, this is what I'm going to do. This goes. That goes. The medium laser. Okay. So, I mean, we'd still be really good firepower-wise. I think we go with this. It's a tough call, but I think it's the right call. And then we just buff this out with armor. Not exactly sure how much, but Let's go up to, let's say, 30 in the legs. 30. I'd like to max out the arms. I mean, we have a lot of tonnage to work with. I'm probably going to be able to max out this thing practically. Let's go up to at least 40. Then 50. Yeah, we still have a lot of tonnage to play with, so I'm just going to go ahead, go up to 40 with the legs. Yeah, I think this is the right call. I mean, we're going to be very well protected. 55, 45, 45. I'm going to go up to 15 on the rear. It's probably as far as I'd be willing to take it. And then we'll just max this thing out. The 37 in the front. Let's go up to 18. Maybe 20. Still a ways away. Let's go ahead and max out the legs. Okay. So the question is, can we put a ton more into this thing? I think we can. So we max out the center torso. Then we max out the head, or at least get close to maxing out the head. Okay, so we have a little bit of wasted tonnage if I do it that way. But then we could put in 2 heat sinks, and then this thing would be fairly damn good, I think. Like so. I don't know, I like it. This is fairly high damage output. The armor is really high. We have 1/10 of a ton that we're not using. Oh, I missed a point. Ooh. Thank you for catching that. Let me just double check all the numbers. Yeah, looks like we are full up everywhere. Okay. So we're probably 2 ticks armor-wise away from being completely using all the armor, but it's as much as we can put on this thing. Hey, I think it looks good. It's close range firepower. That's kind of why I wanted the AC5 if I could have, but I don't know. I can't justify it. So 41 days. Wow, it's gonna take a long time. It's also very expensive. Okie dokie. Let's get into... Well, we still have the fire starter to do, and I have definitely lost a lot of money. So I am going to sell the cicada, I think. Either that or the locust. The locust is harder to hit, and it's the same speed. They're both the same speed. It's harder to hit just because it's smaller profile. And it technically has more firepower, but it sacrifices that firepower for a little less armor. So these are both scarily light on the armor. I will sell the cicada. Especially as it will sell for more. The locust doesn't sell for a whole lot. This sells for 1 million more, so from that standpoint, we're gonna get rid of it. Okay. We've done that. Now, let's go ahead. Do the build of the fire starter. Now, this one's gonna take me a while to figure out. Probably. But we'll get it done. So we're gonna repair all. I'm gonna strip both the machine guns for now. Actually, no, I'll keep that one in. I wanted to keep it in. Well, I guess we could upgrade the machine guns if we end up using them. So I guess it's not a bad thing that I strip them out. We have to get rid of all these things. I'm gonna go ahead and strip the jump jets while we're at it. Because we have to get rid of half of them anyway. I'll probably sell a bunch of my jump jets because I'm not really using them. Okay, the machine gun ammo, I'm going to stick in there for now. I'm not going to mess with it just yet. But this is what I'm thinking. I don't think I want to use flamers at all. I think we go medium lasers here. It's the same tonnage, Heat is going to be a lot more, so we may have to get it some... Oh, oop. These are small slots. Okay. I don't have any small lasers. Okay, so we're not going to be able to do this just yet. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Okay, question is... Can we buy a bunch of small lasers, perhaps? Energy weapons. They'd be low quality, which I don't like. We might end up selling that fire starter. It really can't be modified as much as I would have thought. I didn't realize flamers would be small slots. I thought they would be medium slots, like the medium laser requires. Because they're the same tonnage, but I guess I misunderstood that. But let me look at it one more time and see how much I can really do with it. Because at this point, I'm tempted to just sell it. So these count as small slots. We could fill them with small lasers, which would do actually a lot of damage. Problem is, I don't have very many, and there aren't very many in the store. Maximum I could get is maybe 4, which might be enough, but they'd be low-quality small lasers on top of that. The most we could do as far as the lasers, like the medium lasers, would be just 2. We'd be forced to take the machine guns. It still might not be a bad mech, honestly. Okay, I'll go for it. The market, we're gonna have to settle for the low quality small lasers, but it's what's here, so we'll buy all 3. They're fairly cheap, so that's good. Very tempting to just sell the fire starter, though. Yeah, you might be right with the max small lasers. Unfortunately, I can only get maximum of 4 here, so... Alright, let's get rid of all the stuff that is needing to be removed anyway. I'm gonna go ahead and rip out the machine gun. Let's go ahead and repair all. We'll remove the jump jets too, because we're not gonna want those. Alright, medium laser, all small lasers for the rest. This will save us a lot of tonnage, honestly. I'm probably gonna need more heat sinks. Not probably, for sure gonna need more heat sinks. And then I wouldn't mind the high quality machine guns here. We have 2 of those. I don't really know what the difference is. I would assume damage, because machine guns don't generate heat, so yeah, it's just damage. Also range, slightly better range. Okay, so we have 5 tons to work with. That's not a whole, that's not bad. A couple tons of armor and maybe a, we'll go with 2 heat sinks just for the sake of argument. I put the other heatsink over here. And then 3 tons of armor. That might be okay. Yeah, I'll go with that. So, get a couple points over here. I'm gonna go a couple points across the board. Oh, the right torso is already maxed out. Okay. Well, we have plenty of room still to go in the legs. Center torso is maxed out. Let's get the arms maxed out. Find it weird that the arm is going to be more armored than the left and right torso, but that's the way it is. The legs are going to be maxed out. Okay, so we're looking at a situation where I think probably the wise move here is just grab another heat sink, because I don't have a full ton's worth of armor to do. So we got 2 tons of armor on this thing. We've got, technically the firepower has gone up, but flamers don't do a lot of damage, so that's not too surprising. Yeah, I like it. 42 days, ouch. Fairly expensive as well. Okay, so this is where we have to make the judgment call on whether or not we're going to buy the Phoenix Hawk. Phoenix Hawk, It's kind of in rough condition because one of the arms missing. Legs are a little beat up, but that's not too bad. Machine gun, medium laser, those would be fairly easy to swap out. The standard Phoenix Hawk isn't bad. We don't really have to modify it much, at least initially. Money's going to be tight if we buy it. And I'm going to have to look to sell some stuff. But there was something I was wanting to sell. Jump jets? Let's go ahead and sell, like, I don't know, 10 of these things. For 220,000. Sell one of these things. Sell another 5, what the hell. Okay. I'm not going to use flamers all that often. I'm just going to go ahead and sell this low quality one. Okay. So we're at that much money. Probably end up selling the Locust to be able to afford this, which I think is a good idea at this point. A 20-ton mech like that's probably not going to do so well in some of these missions. And if we're looking for a backup mech, I like the Locust and everything, but I think it's time we parted ways with it. So that's going to be on the chopping block for 835,000. And we will buy the Phoenix Hawk. I mean, we definitely need upgrades here. Okay. Purchase. All right, now let's fix this thing up. Where did it end up going? There it is. All right, edit layout. This is going to be just a very simple. I'm going to keep it more or less default. I could strip out the jump jets for armor, which might not be a bad idea because we've been doing that kind of a lot. So the machine gun, that's fairly easy. And the medium laser, we're more or less keeping it on where it was. One thing we could do is we could improve the quality of the large laser. We've been sitting on this large laser for a while, so why the hell not? That will help with the heat, for sure. 5.7 versus 6. I mean, it's only a slight improvement, but every little bit helps. Machine gun ammo, we could drop that down to a half ton, give us a little bit more. You get 2,600 rounds. I mean, I don't know how long that lasts. But I've never seen 2 machine guns run out of ammo. So I'm going to go ahead and downgrade this thing and take the half ammo. And then we're going to strip out the jump jets, I think. So it gives us... Oh, you know what? Yeah, we have plenty of room for the armor. Repair all. No, that's not going to work. Because there's not very much room for armor here. This is already maxed out. This is already maxed out. These are fairly close. We don't... Removing the jump jets really doesn't help us all that much. Getting this much tonnage, I mean, we could replace them with heat sinks, I guess. Wouldn't be necessarily a bad idea, because Phoenix Hawk is not necessarily cool running mech. Okay, well, let's get at least a half ton of armor in here. So a couple points there, a couple points there. The head probably should take more as well. Let's go up to, you know, kind of parity with what the torso sections are on both sides. We'll go ahead and probably max these out because the arms have all the weapons, so there's no reason not to max those out. Yeah, I went a little overboard, I guess, with the tonnage. That's fine. 2 heat sinks will probably be okay, I guess. So... go up to 38, and then we'll just do the rest in the head. Maybe a couple more points here and there. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna go up to 24 in the head. It's probably overkill, but oh well. Okay, now two heat sinks. 1, Alright, I'll take that. Venus Hawk is a solid mech, and we've just made it more survivable, as well as doing a little bit more damage. Mostly because we have higher quality components. Another long repair time, but that's okay. Alright, there we have it. So I'm pretty happy with that. We just gained 2 medium mechs, so we could do a full lance of medium mechs now. With the Assassin, the Centurion. Can I move these guys around? Yeah, I can. I need to, like, organize this a little bit better. So, you go there. You go there. These are kind of more our backup mechs at this point. Assassin goes there. Centurion there. You know, we've been using the Centurion as our primary mech. Shadowhawk might be our new primary mech. And then the Phoenix Hawk. I don't know who I'm going to give to what just yet. But this is probably how we're going to do it. My pilot on the Shadowhawk. I think his name is Pierre or something like that, is going to be an Assassin. Freeman is going to be in the Centurion. And our last pilot is going to be in the Phoenix Hawk. I think that's how we're going to do it. I might switch these two around depending. But I like it. Then, like that. So that's our backup line. I don't have it in a particular order. But this would be our backup mech line. And then this is just further backups of the backups. But yeah, I like it. We don't have any medium mechs in here. And if we need to, like if our tonnage isn't enough that we can rock all these mechs, we could very easily swap in mechs. Like, for example, rather than running the Centurion, I could run the Panther and we could drop down 15 tons. So if ever we need to drop in weight, it'd be fairly easy to do that by swapping out mechs here. Okay, I like it. All right. Now we have to determine where we're going to want to go. I think we bought exactly what we wanted to. So I'm happy with that. Because we have increased the tonnage pretty dramatically, I think we go over to here and do more difficult missions now. Because over here, the tonnage allotment that we had was 160. We definitely want to increase that because we have just increased our weight a lot. So I think we come over here. As there are 3 contracts, and it's close enough to Allerton where we eventually want to go anyway. There's a black market over here. There's a lot of things in Rochester. Or Rochester, or however you would pronounce that. Alright, yeah, let's come over here. It's only 2 jumps away. That's 20 days. The question is, what's the time frame looking like for all our repairs? Oh, I accidentally clicked on cold storage. So we have 3 mechs that are going to take well more than that. But I think we could probably make do with what we've got here. Because we'd end up having the Centurion, the Assassin, the... yeah. Pretty much the lineup that we had before would be ready. Okay. Well, in any case, I think this is what we end up doing. We jump here. If it doesn't work out, we could always jump over to Allerton instead. But for now, let's jump here. For Dowsum. We're actually not doing all that bad from a money standpoint either. Considering we just bought 2 medium mechs. That's not too bad. We had a lot of stuff to sell though. It's a little tough though that some of our best mechs aren't ready for us yet. Ooh, okay, so the costs in this conflict zone have gone up. A little bit more dangerous area. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the contracts. They're all 13 difficulty, which is pretty much what we've seen before. So we've got Empty Nest, Flash Strike, and Hunting Bounties. Alright, the people of Sauk, I hope I pronounced that correctly, City 2, are on the verge of rioting against the local government. We've learned that the target location is where they meet their insurgency allies. Travel there and torch it. Remind these traitors that such open disloyalty cannot be tolerated. This pays fairly well. Well, compared to this one, let's see. This contract allows... Yeah, this one allows me to spend more points on stuff, too. Okay, so this one says... This is an assassination mission. Our intel forces have discovered that an insurgency commander is located on Sauk City 9. The official story is that they're inspecting the garrison, but our intel suggests that's a cover while they plot for an upcoming attack. Okay, this is our chance to strike and deal a critical blow to our foes. So a lot of insurgency going on in this location. And hunting bounties. A number of pirate forces have been making incursions into systems near Sauk City, which means they have significant bounties on their heads. One of the largest groups has been tracked to Sauk City 1. Take down as many of the opposition there as you can, and remember, the more you take down, the better the pay. Okay, you know what? I think I'm going to go with this one. It doesn't pay as well, but part of the reason why I want to do it... what's the drop weight on all these? 160? Biome's not so great. But I figure this one might be a nice, quick, in and out kind of mission. Although we do have to consider... that's a good point there. So if we go with... If we go with this mission instead, it spends 22 days to do it, which is exactly how many days we need to spend to get all our mechs back. I kind of like that. So we'll go with this one. So this is the assassinate one, which may be difficult. Okay, so definitely we're going to put 1 point damage coverage, which is as much as they allow me to do. So I have 7 points left. They do let me put 4 into the shares, which would get me up to 10, which I will do because we might be able to pull a medium mech out of this one. Leaving me 3 points left, which I will put into the C-bill amount, which is going to go up to almost 600,000. Not quite. Okay, let's go ahead and accept. Okay, so we're going to have to change around our mechs a little bit. Where's the Centurion? There it is. And now... You're going to pilot the Assassin. You're going to stay in the Panther. You're going to pilot the Jenner. So this was our main lineup before. It better not, Leo. It better not be piloting a Hunchback. You're trying to jinx me, man. Don't do that. All right, let's cross our fingers. That's not true. Oh, I should have checked for pilots in that system. Whoops. Oh well. We don't really need them that badly.
Attention. Prepare for battle mech departure.
I always love dropping in.
Warning. Hangar door.
We do have to paint our Shadowhawk and the Phoenix Hawk.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Alright, here we go.
Hunters tracked our target to somewhere within this vicinity. We have marked their most likely whereabouts on your map. That bounty is as good as ours.
Now there's one behind us, and that would be problematic if that's where he ends up being. But there's 3 locations over here.
Target acquired.
I'm not seeing our targets at this location. Make way to the next nav point. We might have more luck there. I have a visual on the target. Take them out.
I got it.
Oh, they got it before I could.
Target destroyed.
Oh, there he is.
Acquired.
Okay, what is he?
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Looks like a Centurion.
Target.
Got him.
Good job. We fulfilled our contract, Commander. Let's get you out of here now.
Target eliminated.
Alright, we don't have to kill anything more. Let's just get out of here.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Alright. Oh, I'm forgetting that,
Got another one.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Alright, come on, guys. We gotta get out of here. Go, 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 go.
Yeah.
As much as I can turn. Give them some fire support. I'm gonna appreciate having a faster mech. That's for sure. Alright. Fairly quick. Now, if we're lucky, we get salvage on that Centurion. I just went center mass on that guy and tried to finish him as quickly as I could, which I think I pulled off fairly nicely there. Okay, I don't think we took a lot of damage. Unfortunately, we did not get lucky there. Get a 2-quality LRM-10, which I have no problem taking. A couple 1-quality small lasers. That wouldn't probably be a bad idea to pick up. Actually, 3. Oh, actually, there's a quality 2. I'm going to take all of these. As a matter of fact, we can take everything here because we have enough shares of salvage. Yeah, we don't really have any support mechs at the moment. I mean, technically the Panther is, but the Panther is about to stop being a frontline mech, which might be a problem for us. I probably would never use anything that uses a lot of LRMs because it's kind of problematic with the spotting, but I think my allies, the AI allies, would be able to use it more appropriately. Okay, so we got the kill on the target that mattered. Looks like we didn't manage to kill any other mechs. That's unfortunate. Yeah. A whole lot of damage on our side. We're within the coverage, so that's good. Go ahead and close this out. That was a nice, easy, quick mission. I think with that, we're probably going to wrap things up here. So let's see how bad the damage is. We could probably do another contract here because we do have our other 2 medium mechs back. I would have to do the math here. So 55 plus 45 should be 100. Then we have 60 tons still to use. So we'd end up having to use the Javelin and the Commando, I think, with that kind of tonnage. But we very much could do that if we wanted to. So we could stick this out. We didn't take a lot of damage, so we'll go ahead and repair. And it's quite possible with whatever mission we do here, we would immediately be ready. Yeah, 6 days was, I think, the longest. So I think one of the contracts was 6 days to complete, so we'd have all 4 of these mechs back. Now the question I have, really quickly, is the weapon groups. Okay, I like that, except I would rather have this switched around, like that. That makes more sense to me. Okay. And then the Shadowhawk, this one's going to matter a little bit more. Because this is probably the mech I'm going to be using primarily. Like that. So I'm going to chain fire both groups, more than likely. So that doesn't really, there's no point in me having these in more groups than this, because I can fire one, then the other, fire one, then the other, then the other. As a matter of fact, I can probably fire these SRM-4s really, really fast, because they load pretty quickly, and as long as I'm not just like absolutely dumping them so they're pretty much firing on top of each other, I could pretty much consistently fire these. As long as I set it up to do the chain fire, of course. And I think the last one that we have to set up here, that I personally set up, would be this guy. Definitely we don't want the small laser. This is how I'd like to see this. See, that was really badly set up. This is better. So probably chain fire the small lasers. Or not. I mean, really, honestly, small lasers fire pretty quickly, so you might not have to. And then the machine guns, you also don't have to chain fire because they fire the entire time, so... Okay, looks good to me. I almost want to switch these out. Get the better quality machine guns and the Phoenix Hawk, but that's going to have to be something that has to wait for later.